I'm not saying The Weeknd ruined my relationships, but after I started listening to him, every relationship I had felt temporary. And the crazy part is, I didn't even realize it was happening. Fresh out of high school, 2012 was a fire year. If you love music, you were eating. So Kendrick dropped Good Kid, Mad City. Drake still running the charts with Take Care. Rick Ross with God Forgives But I Don't. Meek Mills with Dreams and Nightmares. Now tell me music wasn't at its peak in 2012. I'll wait. And it wasn't just music. Movies from the Avengers, Dark Knight Rises, Hunger Games, Django, Skyfall, hell, even TV, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, Scandal, the final season of The Office too. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know a damn thing about The Office, but everybody was pretty emotional about it, so I guess it mattered. Now, with all this going on, I had no idea that one artist was about to completely change the way I looked at relationships forever. So one night, after a messy fight with my girl at the time, me and my best friend are up late playing Call of Duty, just talking about life, relationships. She's giving me that female perspective, which basically means she's telling me that I'm always wrong. And honestly, she was probably right. At some point, we start talking about music, and I'm hyping up Kendrick Lamar. She listens and then goes, "He cool, but he ain't no Drake." The irony. And then she plays a song, and instantly, I get that stank face. You know that face when you hear something different, like, hold on, what is this? Then I hear, "I left my girl back home. I don't love her no more." Bro, I damn near left my girl right in and there. Now that song was on repeat for at least the next 3 days. They say music affects your mindset. I never believed that until The Weeknd and even Eminem. But man, oh man, I started binging everything. House of Balloons, Thursday, both on repeat. Then she puts me on Echoes of Silence. That album had me in my dark era. I'm talking about 100% pitch black. And the very next day, boom. Me and my girl, we break up over some dumb stuff. But honestly, I was cool. I had The weekend. Wait, no way. I had his music, and his music had me. And I'd be sitting between classes, completely checked out, lost in songs like Next, Same Old Song, EXO the Host, or The Fall. This wasn't just music anymore. This was a mindset, lifestyle, a way of seeing relationships. This trilogy easily, I mean easily, put him in my top 5 artists of all time. Now, I'm going to say something that's controversial for even me. At this point, he took Chris Brown's spot. Now, I know Chris got some allegations, but can't deny his music. We can't deny his music, so please relax. Then came Kissland. And this album dropped at the perfect time in my life. I had lost hope in love. I was just doing me, moving different, young, free, and a little toxic. Just moved out my parents' house, got my own place. I'm in college, feeling grown, but still making not so grown decisions. Songs like Professional and Belong to the World and Tears in the Rain became my theme music. My whole outlook on relationships at the time, they felt transactional. And those songs lined up perfectly. They weren't love songs, they were reality checks. Not everybody is looking for love. Sometimes people are just there for a good time. Yeah, that was me. The peak of my robot emotion era. Feelings turned off, heart on airplane mode, you couldn't get a signal from my heart. But during this time, I met 3 different women that I could have seen myself with, maybe even marrying. But every time something felt off, no matter how much I tried, no matter how much I thought I cared, there was always this empty feeling, this void. Something they couldn't feel, and I didn't understand why. But looking back, it felt like the song Tears in the Rain. Temporary, disposable. Like everything had an expiration date. And eventually, this mindset led me into something else, something I didn't expect. I started trying open relationships because, in my mind, why commit? If everything is temporary anyway, why invest fully if it's just going to end? But here's the crazy part, that mindset, it didn't just affect how I viewed relationships, it affected how I viewed myself. No longer did I see myself as the end goal. I saw myself as the step before they got to the end, and it didn't really bother me. And it took me years to realize that music I thought was a vibe was actually shaping the way I lived. And that's when things started to change. Now, if you've ever felt like music changed the way you think, hit that subscribe button because this story is far from over.